Tomorrow, they will get the loser of today's game. Utah, Nevada, and Queen Creek, Arizona have all been eliminated. So our standings look like this, and for California, Petaluma's only played one game, and it was only 4 innings. That's how dominant they were in their first meeting. They win today, and they will clinch a trip to Williamsport. They have not clinched the West Regional title. That would come on Saturday, but a win today will get one of these two teams to Williamsport. Little different format this year, a little different feel to this Little League World Series, but Kyle Peterson, great to see you again. Last time Omaha, next trip Williamsport, but we're doing this again, which I think is the most important thing, right?
No, totally agree. Yeah, I mean, we got baseball to talk about. We've got Little League World Series to talk about. And even though the format's going to be different, 2 teams from each of these regionals will make it on to Williamsport. We're going to have a Little League World Series again, and Lord knows we all missed it last year.
We sure did. All right, so we have California and Hawaii. 2 teams, in fact, 2 Little Leagues, Honolulu and Petaluma, that have recently been to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And generally, you ride the backs of 2-3 of your best players. The 2 on the field today, or at least 2 of the best, have carried their teams to this point.
Yeah, I mean, we see these kids show up at these regional tournaments, and then the numbers just start jumping out. Yeah, hello, Gio. Pretty good start right there. How about 3 knocks in his opener, 2 home runs, drove in 4, and that typical Little League All-Star, 4 innings, didn't allow a run, punched out 8. We won't see Gio on the mound today, but we will see him right in the middle of this of this California lineup. Ryan Keano has been great so far, too. How about 7 driven in 2 games? For Keano, he's been on the mound as well. We will not see him on the mound, at least to start today for Hawaii. A home run, 7 RBIs for Ryan so far in this regional.
And as the journey begins, and it has begun, and you've been able to watch on ESPN Plus as well as on ESPN and ESPN2, you will slowly get a chance to know some of these names. And by the time we crown an overall champion at the end of the month, many of them will have worked their way into your hearts. As we get set for the first pitch, it's Aiden Jones throwing, and that one is just a little bit outside. Micah Bennett and Dominic Fontana, the shortstop, leading things off for Petaluma, and he sends that one out of play, foul. Dominic Fontana's the shortstop. His dad is one of the coaches on this team, and a couple of leadoff home runs in the tournament helped get them this far.
We are all geared up at home plate, too.
He's gone. Good start from Micah Bennett, the lefty from Hawaii.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night right there. Micah Bennett, the left-hander, pumping strikes, elevates the fastball, gets Dominic Fontana, the leadoff man, to go after it. 12 years old. So you're going to see 11 and 12-year-olds in this tournament. 5'1", 105, a big Patriots fan.
Yeah, part of the beauty of the kids from Hawaii, they're kind of pick and choose wherever they want to be. Their favorite team, their favorite player. You know, we got our own island over here. We don't have a lot of pro sports, so we'll go with the Patriots. Dante Sarno fouls off the first one. We like the way Micah Bennett's coming out of the gate, just throwing strikes. Took a little something off that. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's big time now. Like if you're 12 years old and you get your name on the back of your jersey,
yep.
that was big time. The first time your name was on the back of the jersey, you never forget it.
Dante had a great game against Arizona. That was an 11-0 win in 4 innings for this team from California. 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 RBIs. And we just saw Dominic Fontana lead things off. This guy at the plate is a neighbor, live on the same street. So you imagine the pickup games that we have in their neighborhood with Sarno and Fontana, let alone the 2 dads are both coaches. His mom, sister, they've spent a lot of time rooting on Dante.
I would bet there's been a lot of time spent in the stands. Sadly, there wasn't a lot of time spent in the stands last year for these teams. Obviously did not get their season in. Had to kind of figure out different ways to get their work in. All these kids did. Fired up to have a chance to go out and play. Petaluma has their first base runner. It's a walk for Sarno.
So Sarno goes to first, and that'll bring up the big bat, Gio Castang. He's playing first base today. Kyle highlighted him just a couple of minutes ago. He pitched 4 innings against Arizona, gave up just 2 hits. He struck out 8. While he gave up 2 hits, he had 2 home runs of his own. including a big 3-run shot. That's a fairly big 12-year-old at 5'5", 140 pounds.
See the special talent there.
Gotta be a little careful here. The card tricks, I didn't see that. That's right in your wheelhouse, though.
Yeah, I may mix some of those in when we're in Williamsport this year. Just kind of in between innings, see if we can knock a few card tricks out for you, Rev.
0-1 breaking ball to start. Here's the next one, and that's a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, if you're just joining us, and we will move over to ESPN as soon as the New England region game between Connecticut and Massachusetts is over. Manchester, Connecticut leading Peabody 7-3 in the 6th inning. Had a chance here, and this is a little blooper. It's going to be caught by the second baseman, Zach Bergoglio. And that's a big out to get Castang, and now 2 down here in the first.
I got a left-hander. Micah Bennett is not shying away. Had a 1-out walk to Sarno, but aside from that, he'll work that fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Aiden Jones is the pitcher, wears number 27. He had 3 hits against Arizona, but Micah Bennett pours a fastball right by him as he swings and misses.
So somewhere, Tanner Allen and Rowdy Jordan are smiling because we're going pants right above the knee right here.
How about exposed right knee? We got exposed right knee. What do you think we're doing there?
We got to. There's got to be some story behind this. I mean, we're going 1 flap up, 1 flap down with the strawberry on the right knee at the same time.
We going to try to reopen that? Let it breathe, maybe?
That's right. Speeds up the healing process.
Here's the 1-1. He got jammed, and this one right to first base. Give it up for Micah Bennett, man. He just dealt with a team that runned Arizona, scored 11, and he gets Fontana to strike out, walks Sarno, and very weak, as does the team from Hawaii and Honolulu in particular. Their starting lineup looks like this. Zach Bergoglio is the second baseman. Eli Iopa, Ryan Keanu at first base. Micah Bennett's the pitcher today. Pele Peanal is in center field. Patrick Murray, Cohen Sardinia, whose dad is the manager, and his uncle, Dane, played Major League Baseball for 3 different teams. Chasen Iwatake is the catcher, and Tyler Shindo is the shortstop, and he'll bat 9th. One of the great unique stories about this particular lineup is Shindo, who's the shortstop, has the old 6-fingered glove when he goes to the mound, and he just flips hands. He can go left hand and right hand. That's Shindo at shortstop.
Yeah, we got to see that one.
Yes, we do.
Pat Venditti look for you. The 6-finger, right, faces a righty, we'll go righty. Faces a lefty, we'll go lefty. Aiden Jones on the mound, he will go right-handed, we presume, for the entire game today.
Now Zach Bergoglio, the second baseman, and he looks at ball number 1. Zach steps in at 4'8", 72 pounds. And Aiden Jones on the mound, about a foot taller. That's a good pitch, and it's called a strike. Kevin Bergoglio is one of the coaches. Coach Baggs, he played at the Little League World Series. And he won a United States title not too long ago. That's high and away, so it's 2 balls and a strike. And there they are. The 1988 Honolulu Little League team that won the U.S. Championship, eventually lost in the overall championship, but a U.S. title for Coach Kevin Bergoglio. In the overall championship, but a U.S. title for Coach Kevin Bergoglio. And now Zach trying to get back to Williamsport. It's a good pitch on the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big aspirations for Zach, the dermatology, and he solves Rubik's Cubes in his spare time, which none of my friends ever did.
I have one sitting next to me, literally sitting directly next to me, and I have never solved it once.
2-2, and that is away 3-2. The ESPN2 audience can now join The Jump as we continue the baseball on ESPN. So Begoya trying to get on a full count from Jones. That's high, and there you go. Zach Begoya, take your base.
All right, now remember, Little League Baseball, no leadoffs. Can't go until that pitch crosses home plate and gets right near the catcher. You'll still see some activity on a base pass, especially with kids that have good wills. Begoya on there to start it. Eli Iopa coming up with one on.
He's the third baseman at 5'5", 120 pounds. Good contact hitter. We're a Christian McCaffrey fan. Why not? And that's a good one right down the middle for a strike from Aiden Jones. Again, California and Hawaii. The winner today will advance to Williamsport. The loser will play again tomorrow with still a chance to get to Williamsport. On the ground to the second baseman, Kama will flip to his shortstop. They get the force out there. Begoya is out. So a tough play. Kama flipped to Dominic Fontana just in the nick of time.
And it's that spot for Kama, the second baseman. You're not sure if this ball's going to hit on the grass or on the dirt when you get the hop. So it's a high hopper out to him just on the grass. And now we got to hustle and get it out of his glove. But gets it out just in time. That was close. That was real close. Looked like that right foot of Begoya might have got in there in time.
It was very close.
Take a look. Out will stay. It'll go fielder's choice.
Here's Ryan Keanu, the first baseman. A little off-speed pitch from Aiden Jones to start off the big number 3 hitter. And when I say big, 5'9", 160. He'll play first, he'll play third, he'll pitch, he'll play the outfield. He'll do anything.
He's done about everything so far. Driven in 7 in the first 2 games.
There's just certain little leaguers that look like when they hit it, it's going to go a long way, and Ryan qualifies. On the ground, and this one gets through between third and short. So a single for Ryan Keanu and 2 aboard for Honolulu.
First hit of the ball game. Like a breaking ball. It may have just hung up a little bit. And yeah, you're right. When he stands in there, it looks like he's going to barrel it up, and he barreled it up right there. 1 out single. Hawaii 2 on, just 1 out here in the first, and the cleanup hitter Micah Bennett coming up.
Here's the pitcher. It's another Patriots fan. There's a little Patriot love out on the island. Tom Brady, favorite athlete. We've got a lot of love for the New England region. His baseball team is the Red Sox. Kike Hernandez, of course, is now a member of the Red Sox, his favorite baseball player. Mike has got a chance to get his team on the board after keeping Petaluma off the board in the top of the first. Rips that one, and that one is fielded but not cleanly, and no play. Hard hit ball. Max Kama did a great job to get in front of it. But Micah Bennett's going to reach first, and the bases are loaded. Very tough play at second for Max.
Yeah, that ball was ripped. Remember, just 60-foot bases in Little League Baseball, so this ball gets on the second baseman so fast, too. Hopper stays down, though. The ball doesn't go through his legs. Just can't quite field it cleanly. Good speed right there for Bennett from the left side. Back-to-back singles. Now the base is loaded for Hawaii.
And Pele Payanal. They'll call him lefty for obvious reasons. 5'4", 100-pounder. Bases loaded here in the first as Honolulu tries to get on the board against Petaluma. Strike 1. See the favorite movie. His favorite athlete is Shohei Ohtani. I gotta believe, KP, that between Fernando Tatis Jr. and Shohei Ohtani, those 2 names are going to be prevalent on the ground, and that is a tough play, and there's no play. A left-handed third baseman, Declan Romo, had no chance to get it. It's rare that you see a left-handed third baseman. So when Fontana picked it up, he had nowhere to go, and it's 1-0 Hawaii. Not a ton of big flies, but they have 3 straight singles now. Keanu, Bennett, Payanal. And left fielder Pat Murray, number 33, digging in. Yeah, we got the camera out. So Mom locked in, ready to go here. Make sure we got a bases loaded situation. We're not going to miss this one. We're still rolling, and that is called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good one right there. Aiden Jones has thrown strikes this inning after the leadoff walk, but Hawaii's been swinging hot bats, but still for Jones, he's 1 pitch away. Hard ground ball at somebody. Turn 2, get out of it. Down just 1 run.
Aiden Jones, 18th pitch to Murray. That's a really good one there as he changed speeds on him, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not KP. Now we're trying to limit the damage, right? You've been on the mound at the highest level. We're just trying to limit the damage. We got a long game still ahead of us.
Yep, throw you some strikes. I mean, now you get into a 2-strike count, try to finish a guy off. It looks like they'll go elevated fastball to try to get swing and miss.
And good execution. Good job by Murray to foul it off. All right, the let's go Pat chant sort of wore itself out there. Now we're quiet, and he gets into this one, and it's out of play.
A little early for the let's go Pat chat to wear itself out. I mean, I think we're only in the first here. We need a little bit more.
Yep. I'm thinking if I'm Pat, I want to hear that in the background. I don't want that silence. 2-2 gets away, and that's going to allow the runner from third, Keanu, to come in and score the 2nd run. Tough pitch to handle from Jones, and Kai Okamura couldn't block it.
Oh, tries to get out there and backhand, and it's tough. Curveball in the dirt is always going to hop up a little bit higher than you would think because of that top spin. When it gets in the dirt, it spits it straight up just off the glove of Kai Okamura, the catcher, and Hawaii adds another, now 2-0.
Close one, 3 balls, 2 strikes. I know this, Eveline Murray, his mom has got a lot of video of guys scoring runs, and son is still at the plate, so we're catching a lot here. We're probably going to run out of storage space soon. 3-2, and that ball is just foul, hit hard.
So my guy Pat has what I think is a nice baseball superstition. Pretty straightforward, Rev. Chill so that you don't get nervous. It's that simple. Just chill so you don't get nervous.
Simple works. The other thing that he's into that you are, not bacon, although he may be, but fishing. He's into fishing and hitting in a batting cage.
It's a good combo.
One down here, we're just underway. 3-2, that one is fair. That's through, and it gets into left. Micah Bennett's gonna come. Pele Payano right behind him. And there you go, Mom, how's that? Patrick Murray delivers 2 with a single into left, and we got it all.
Oh, he was chill there. He didn't get nervous and got one that was down in the zone. Look at that. Head stay right on it. Bottom half, the backside goes down to get it. Barrels it up just out of the reach of the shortstop. Dominic Fontana single out into left field. 3 hits now in the inning for Hawaii, and they've scored 4.
Okay, 1 out. Okay. Let's go. Hey, what did I say before the game? A long baseball game. All right. Keep throwing strikes. You're doing great, Aiden. Let's go ahead. Help him out. Help him out. Let's go. Keep it up. Yeah. Hey, Dahmer, make sure to say.
Well, we had a similar thought. It's a long game, and we are in the bottom of the first of a 6-inning game. They scored 11 in their first. So we know that the team from Northern California is able to score a lot of runs. Here's Cohen Sardina. Uncle Dane, Cincinnati, the Reds, the Tigers, the Phillies. It's my favorite. We always love the nicknames, and we are looking at Sea Dog right here.
This is him.
0-2. Eclectic musical taste. Do you see that? Bob Marley, favorite musician.
Yes, now.
So if we get Patrick Murray with the chill, hanging out with Cohen Sardina, we're sleeping, I think.
That just kind of goes together, man. We're not worrying about anything at that point.
Nope. Call strike 3 on the corner. And no worries, be happy. Sea Dog back to the bench.
Good job here by Aiden Jones, the right-hander, to come back. So he'd given up 4 straight singles. Now fastball on the outside part of the plate. First strikeout of the game right there. Is the second out of the inning for Aiden.
And the number 8 hitter of the first, Chasen Uitaki, is the catcher. Foul ball at the plate. Imagine the challenges that we obviously all face, but these Little Leaguers, their season was shut down last year, and a lot of them just found out in April that they were going to have a season this year. Oh. And that one gets by, and heading down to second base is going to be Patrick Murray.
Yeah, for both of these teams, they weren't sure. In fact, for the Petaluma Little League team, 2 days before it was the last day for Little League signups is when they finally found out they were going to have a season. Everybody runs up, signs up. Now we got a baseball season, and now they're a win away from heading to Williamsport.
Boom! Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Tony Sarno, Petaluma, he's their head guy, called it a surreal experience. Of course, the team has had great success recently. They won it all back in 2018. In fact, Murray's brother was on that team. Kid at second base who had that 2 RBI single. His brother was on the 2018 team that won it. So his goal is to be like his brother and be a champion. But a lot of those kids obviously are still young enough. They stay in touch. The manager, Eric Smith, from that team reached out to this current group, offering any advice he could. That's a swing and a miss. Utake is gone. Good inning for Honolulu as they get 4 runs. We head to the second in San Bernardino.
Nolan's dad, Scott Brown, somebody we've gotten to know very well, the pitching coach at Vanderbilt. And now he gets to be dad. Head to the Little League World Series and watch his son play.
Great. Congratulations to Nolan. Congratulations to all the teams and kids that made it through the summer, let alone those going to Williamsport, but those that made it through and those that persevered and played and got a chance to get out with their buddies and just enjoy a little bit. Mike Bennett starts the second off with Max Kama. That one is outside. I'll tell you, if you watch the Texas West Little Leaguers, Ella Bruning has been a huge story and will be nationally as a catcher and a pitcher, and just a phenomenal athlete on both sides of the plate and on the mound. And boy, has she put on a show as a catcher, and we're looking forward to meeting Ella and the Texas West Little Leaguers in Williamsport.
She pitched the first 2 innings just a few nights ago, then went back behind the dish and finished it off. It was impressive. We'll see her. What are we, Rav? We're a week away from games, aren't we?
Thursday the 19th. Bennett picks up another strikeout. That's his second as Max Kama is retired.
And same way he started the first inning off right there. Micah Bennett gets his second strikeout. Struck out the leadoff hitter in the first. Now he gets Max Kama chasing there for his second strikeout of the game.
And a good job. We're talking about Ella Bruning behind the plate. Nice job by Chasen Iwataki. He picked that up before it hit the dirt. Showed it to the umpire for the strikeout. Inside, Kai Okamura. Kind of a crafty lefty, this Micah Bennett. He's pitching very, very well to start this game for Hawaii. That ball's fouled down the right field line, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Go, Cal. Let's go, TD.
5'1", 105. Bennett, and that ball is hooked, and it's a fair ball into the corner, and run, Kai, run. Okamura to second, and he will put the brakes on there. But our first extra base hit of the day, Kai Okamura, the catcher with the double for Petaluma.
That a kid, get you something up in the zone you can handle, hammers it down the left field line. That was trying to get that entire offense going. We heard the head coach of Petaluma, Tony Sarno, when he walked out to the mound last inning, said we got a lot of baseball to go. Well, this helps the cause right here. First hit of the game for Petaluma National Little League is a double down the left field line.
And here comes the left fielder, Gavin Perry. Woo. His favorite part of Little League is hitting bombs, and he just attempted to do such right there.
If you don't swing hard, you don't have a chance to hit the bomb.
All right, so look at that left pocket, back of the pants. That's his superstition, KP. Left pocket out.
Okay.
And we have taken 2 healthy rips at it. And there you go. Nothing to show for it yet, but Gavin's ready for the next one. And that one is hit hard, and it is underneath the glove of both the first and second baseman. Okamura slides across, and just like that, Petaluma has cut into it. It's 4-1.
Boys from Northern California get some swings.
They each had a chance over there to stop that baseball.
Yeah, that was kind of one of those just hitting the exact right space. Ryan Keanu, the first baseman, Zach Bagoya, the second baseman, both maybe in a spot where they could make the play, but squirts through into right field, and Petaluma Nationals on the board.
Nope and nope. A little grease pig action to it. We can't stop it.
Drop the grease pig on him right there like the state fair. I love it.
Declan Romo bats ninth. Ahead 1-0. Late on that pitch from Bennett. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's go, Declan.
Off speed to Ducky. Nickname Ducky. The Duckster. Just heard it. 5'5", $175. Pigs and ducks on the same field.
Everybody knew they'd get along. They always do.
Go get it. We got. Okay, let's hand that off. There you go. It's my son. I kind of had to give it to him. Last night in the Major League game we did, Kyle, Cody Bellinger fouled off 9 pitches in an at-bat with 13 total pitches, and on the 13th he hit a homer to right. 9 foul balls in the at-bat. This one on the ground to short, will step on second, fired to first.
Game, man.
Give it to us, Tyler Shindo. That's a double play.
I'll take it myself, thank you. Little ground ball up the middle. Tyler, show him how it's done. Couple hops. Nah, I got it. Right foot on the bag, fires it across. Petaluma on the board, though. 4-1, Hawaii.
With both arms. Would you say you're able to throw with both hands or both arms? What would you say, Kyle?
I don't know that there's a wrong answer to that, is there?
I'm not sure there is either, but that's how he
I would
put
say
it
arms. Arms.
You say I throw right arm and left arm? Left hand,
Yeah.
righty? Yeah.
Set it my whole life.
Choking up on the bat, and that's way high, 2-1. So we asked his manager, all right, so he can pitch with both arms. He's got a 6-finger glove. Where do you get a 6-finger glove? He had no idea. No idea.
That was a very quick answer, but I have no idea. No clue.
Well, it's 3-1, should be good, or he's going to walk and take first. He swings at a high pitch. It's 3-2. Tyler looking forward to some of the grub in Williamsport. Favorite food, Chick-fil-A. He and David Ross bury some Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Rossi, a Chick-fil-A fiend, is he?
There's Dustin Shindo, father of Tyler. Yeah, Rossi got up every day in Williamsport, took a big, 3, 4, 5 mile walk so he could then eat the rest of the day at night.
Got to get the steps in to start.
Yep. Tip the scales one way and then play for the tie by the end of the day. 3-2 on the ground, and that's fielded. Long throw, safe. Shindo beat it out. Looked like Castang held that bag, but apparently the throw a little late. And Tyler Shindo aboard with an infield hit.
Sit in the right spot. It's a good play up the middle, too. Dominic Fontana's the shortstop. Hopper goes glove side. How about that? Pops it right back into his hand, and then Tyler Shindo, that right foot just get on the bag to beat it out. Always love at any age calling yourself safe immediately after you hit first base. It's beautiful.
Why not plant the seed? But this is our first review. But Fontana been able to field it cleanly, but my goodness, it never hit the ground. You did a terrific job. It's
Was he
interesting.
safe?
A good lesson, Kyle, for the youngsters at home. You watched Shindo run down to first, and he peeked over at Fontana.
Yep, just before. And on that one, there's nothing to peek for. Just keep that head down, go all the way through first. You can see right there, there's a little peek. Now he puts his head down. What do we got? I think it stays, don't you, Rev?
That's a hard one. Yeah, I think it's a hard one to overturn. Yep,
I would agree. See, Tyler Shindo knew. All you got to do is ask him. Watch this. Right foot down. Tyler, what do we got? Safe or out? What do you got? Tyler, what do you got? Tyler? Safe.
Everybody in blue felt the call should be safe. And yep, there are certain calls that can be reviewed, obviously, at the Little League level. And the bang bang play at any base is one of them. And they changed the rule too. It used to be that ball has to hit the back of the web and see the glove close on it. Now it's just enters the glove. We'll get the point from our umpire to first. That worked. Shindo's aboard. Now we're back to the top for Zach Bagoyo. Ball. So one of the questions the kids are asked, what would you do if you won the lottery? And the answers generally are fabulous. And Zach did not disappoint in his response to that question. What would you do if you won the lottery? Zach Pagoya with the plate. Buy a house with water slides and a neon green Corvette. Watch a Houston Astros game and a Seattle Seahawks game. If you win the lottery, we are buying a house with water slides and a neon green Corvette, all of which makes so much sense.
That a kid. Why stop at one thing?
Exactly right. Water slides is genius. Why wouldn't you want water slides at your house? Especially if Hawaii is where you're from. Why wouldn't we want that? In a very specific color of Corvette. Back to the pitcher. Jones will try to go to second, and a nice play to hold the bag by Dominic Fontana. He got his foot on the bag, and they get the leadoff runner as Jones throws to Fontana. Now, Kyle, we will see you tomorrow as well, 3 o'clock Eastern time, with the loser of this game taking on Torrance, California. It could be a Northern Cal versus Southern Cal, or Hawaii against Southern Cal. Championship game Saturday. Winner today goes to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Loser gets another chance tomorrow. Eli Iopa rounded out in a fielder's choice, his first time up. Ball. About a 5.5-hour flight from Honolulu to San Bernardino, but you don't actually fly into San Bernardino. On the ground is short. Fontana, Coma, first base not in time. Another force out. Good job by the middle infield. He landed in LA, and it's about a 3-hour, as Brandon Sardina told us. Well, a lot of traffic, so a 3-hour bus ride after the 5-hour plane ride.
That's all right. That's a commute you don't mind making right there, because you know where you're going to end up. Good pitches here from Aiden Jones. Leadoff single to start the inning, then a couple of ground ball outs.
Ball one, Ryan Keanu. He was part of the back-to-back-to-back singles in the first inning, in which they scored 4 runs. That's called strike at the knees. See a lot of these major leaguers with those hands pressed forward like Ryan has them, and then they bring them back as the delivery is about to be made.
Yeah, you see guys start in different spots, but then they'll get into that load position. Hands will come back and get ready to go as the pitcher's coming towards home plate.
Ball.
One of the questions in the questionnaire, do you have any famous relatives or family friends? Keanu Reeves, the actor. Just kidding. No, not really.
Aiden Jones trying to work around a leadoff single. He's got 2 down here. And a 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging, and a nice job by Aiden Jones. The leadoff man was aboard, and he didn't get any further than first base. Good job by for Dominic Fontana.
Good eye, Oliver.
speed. He knew it. He just was unable to be patient enough. And it's a strike.
Micah Bennett, the lefty's done a good job of expanding that strike zone when he gets in these spots, too. 2 strikes, tries the backdoor breaking ball, just missed right there. He wanted it.
What gave that away?
Don't know if you don't ask.
Popped up and out of play. Big Ollie, 12 years old, 5'1", 95 pounds. Marie and Brian, mom and dad, an art teacher. In fact, both art teachers.
That's pressure, man. Mom's an art teacher, dad's an art teacher. Ollie.
Ollie,
and that project better be good.
Can we keep it between the lines? That's a good point. There is some high expectations. Ollie's focused on juggling and becoming a professional baseball player, and that's a good start to this one. Ollie Peterson draws the walk. So Peterson aboard. Here's Fontana. That's inside. Ball gets away. No advancement from Peterson.
All right, so our guy Dominic Fontana at the plate. You were talking about what you do if you won the lottery. Now this is a new one. Buy a yacht that I can go fishing on and had a hitting facility on it. That's a good-sized boat.
Of course
we're going to fish and take a little BP on the same boat. Again,
why wouldn't we?
Yeah. I won the lottery. I can do what I want.
Absolutely right. He hooks this thing down, and it is caught to left down the line, but a good job. And how about Patrick Murray out there being well positioned? Fontana hit it hard, but it goes as a line out to the left fielder. Dante Sarno.
Let's go. Get it going, Dante.
Kind of a bonus game for both of these teams because you do know a win gets you to Williamsport, but a loss doesn't eliminate you. It just means you play tomorrow. That may be the reason that some of the decisions that are going to be made today will have one eye on tomorrow. 2-0, this one down the first baseline, and it's out of play.
And you got to think if you're Hawaii, we're going all in right now.
Yep, I agree.
They got the early lead. Micah Bennett's throwing strikes. 4 first-inning runs for Brandon Sardinia's club.
Two balls and a strike to Sarno. And another one foul.
All right, this is I love. What'd you spend most of your time doing in quarantine? That's what they asked Dante. Playing wiffle ball with my friends in the neighborhood. Wiffle ball still exists. That is a great thing. Little home run derby. Home run derby off the house. Mom was always really happy because the wiffle balls that get stuck in the gutter, and then when it rained, the water would come all over the place. I'd get in a lot of trouble, but man, it was home run. We had knockout home run derby games out in front.
So was the roof the homer to go over Granny? Like, how do we credit the runs? Off the front of the house, triple?
Well, no. Roof was a solo shot.
Yep.
And then if you got to the second layer of the roof, then that's a grand slam.
Okay.
Window was a 2-run shot.
Ooh, good pitch, and he's gone. Off. So window where? Second floor?
Yeah.
So wait, so it was Mom aware that we are rewarding window?
No,
hits?
we left that part out. I mean, we told her the other parts of the rules, but the window component we left out. Strikeouts, 1 strikeout in each of the first 3 innings for the lefty Micah Bennett. That time just reared back let that fastball go.
Well, here's a big chance now for California. Gio Castang, he hit 2 home runs in game number 1. And you know he's trying to just go jump street and make this a 1-run game.
This is a hitterish look when he stands in there. It is very hitterish.
Leighton Bennett, a really good pitch away. He's quickly ahead 0-2, and now the options open up for Micah Bennett. Set up even further outside, and he will not chase. We're used to seeing that from the Japanese teams often at the Little League World Series. The catcher will do exactly what we just saw Chasen Utayake do, which is set up in the opponent's batter's box. This ball is driven to center field. He thinks he got it. It is gone. He did. Gio Castang hits his 3rd home run in 2 games, and it is a 1-run game now, 4-3.
That'll change it in a hurry. And I would say that he does look a little bit hitterish. Gio Castang up there, gets a breaking ball. No doubt right here, too. Waits on it. Look at him take this breaking ball right back up the middle. Doesn't try to hook it down the left field line. Uses the middle of the field. 225 to dead center. That carries out easily. 3rd home run of this West Regional for Gio Castang. He gets Petaluma National back within 1.
And this is where you tip your cap to Aiden Jones, who is up now, and after giving up the 4 in the first, settled down, hasn't given up any since. Listened to his manager, long game, and here we are now, just a 1-run difference. Will not offer it, an off-speed breaking ball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pick it up and crush it. Let's go. Hey, what up, kid?
Another one down and in. You know, these guys have been around each other. They've seen each other play. You're aware that Gio Castang is the guy on that team. And, you know, we got a little home run ball, a little souvenir. That'll work. That was on a 1-2 count. Wasn't a great pitch. He just went up and got it on a pitch that probably was going to be a ball if he doesn't swing at it.
He just waited on a breaking ball. Let it come back close enough to the plate. Drove it out to dead center field. He's got a few of those souvenirs now. 3 home runs for Gio. This is just the 2nd game that Petaluma Nationals played.
2 outs, 3-2. Back up the middle, that gets through. Another hard hit ball, and Aiden Jones, the tying run, is aboard here in the top of the 3rd inning. Jones had a terrific game against Arizona. That's his 4th hit in the 2 games here in the regionals. Petaluma starting to feel a little more comfortable against Micah Bennett. Good swing.
Keep it going now, kid.
Still like that spot right there from Micah Bennett. Get ahead, try to bury the breaking ball down, see if you can get Common to swing. He didn't. Comes right back and challenges him with a fastball.
There you go.
Dog trainer.
Yep, I like that a lot.
That'd be top 5 for me. I'm in on that. Except I failed miserably with my own dog, so I'm not sure how good of a dog trainer I would be.
Not true, although we can always consult with Eduardo Perez. Here's one right back to Bennett, and he will flip underhand to first. Eddie's got his dog trained. He got it trained.
Dog whisperer. This isn't whispering here. Gio go deep again. That's 3 times in the West Regional. Brings Petaluma National. Ooh.
Little elevation that Micah Bennett chased.
2-0 fastball up and out of the zone. Micah Bennett trying to get one back himself.
Here we go now.
Hit that one on the nose, and that one gets through, and Micah Bennett is now 2 for 2 with a couple of singles.
Good piece there for Micah Bennett. That looked like an off-speed pitch, a changeup, I believe, from Aiden Jones. And Micah Bennett, as that weight started to go forward, the hand stayed back, kept him back long enough to barrel it up. Single in the first, now a single in the third, and Hawaii has the leadoff man on.
For Pele Payanal, the center fielder. Got a lot of people watching, including Eduardo Perez and his faithful companion, the Mick. Dog Mickey, who put on quite a show in Omaha at the College World Series. Mick's ability to listen to and obey Eduardo was exemplary. In fact,
America's dog.
Bordered on crazy. Eduardo and Mick on point with each other. Eduardo doesn't have to say anything, and Mick just does. Whatever Eddie thinks, he carry a small crate around with him just to kind of corral Mick when you had to, and he would put the crate down, and Mick would just pop right on in. Important inning here for Aiden Jones and Northern California, bottom 3. They got a 1-run lead. Now 4-3 for Hawaii. They just scored a couple. You want to keep it right here. You don't want to open the doors back up for Hawaii again. Gets the call, 3 balls and a strike. That was an important one. Three and one. This one is into left, and that is a fair ball. Rounding second is Micah Bennett. He goes to third, slides in safely. Double for Pele Payanal. Right down the line. And an extra base hit. He's 2 for 2.
How about this approach now? This will break you hard on the mound. Think he make a pretty good pitch, and Pele Payanal right there just waits. Drives that pitch out to left field. Starts with a little open stance, closes it up right there, then shoots it right over the third baseman's head and right on that foul line down the left field line. Bennett from first to third, Payanal in with a double. He's 2 for 2, and Hawaii is the first 2 on here in the third.
And now Cade Nakama will bat, and the spot previously occupied by Patrick Murray. Remember, Murray had a single and 2 RBI, and now Nakama's got a chance to do the same with runners at second and third. Part of my favorite experience so far, Kyle, because there's roughly 500 people there, you can kind of hear the encouragement. Always interesting to hear what some of the things that are being said are to encourage the hitter or the pitcher. 0-1, good job, right back up the middle. That's going to bring in one rounding third, and putting the brakes on there is Bennett, but Cade Nakama with an RBI single, and Hawaii increases its lead to 2.
Some pretty good swings this inning from the boys from Hawaii. Not a bad spot either. On the outside part of the plate. Nakama one hops it out to center field. Dante Sarno is there. Strong throw in. So Hawaii only able to score one right there, but extends the lead. Well done right there. Nakama on first, nobody out. You got runners on first and third right there. Steele's second, trying to draw a throw. If you draw a throw right there, then potentially Pionall's going to score from third base. No throw, take the stolen base. Now 2 in scoring position.
And the infield in for Petaluma. Here's a slow roller. They will get the force at first, and Bennett dives back into third without a throw. Really nice job by Max Coma at second base.
But the presence of mind right here for Max Coma, the second baseman, to understand, okay, we got a runner on third. It's a ball hit right there, even with the infield in, and knows he has enough time. So looks to third, makes sure that the momentum of Pionall is going back towards the base, and has enough time to flip that ball over to first.
And Bennett has scored. Pionall is at third base. He just heard 42. 42, one of the substitute players for Honolulu, Zane scores. He will bat for the catcher, Chasen Uyatake. Beautiful part of Little League baseball and softball. You will get into every game that the team plays. Zano is 5'4", 130. Infield stays in for Petaluma here in the bottom of the third. Foul ball. That's a good one. 0-2 on the corner.
You can live there all day and usually be pretty good. Right-hander Aiden Jones. Ball's got a little cut too away from the right-hander. So when he's throwing that fastball on the glove side away from the right-handed hitter, it's moving just a little bit away from him.
Good spoil. He's not playing baseball. He likes to play basketball. Favorite basketball player, not a shock, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that one is to first. It is coming home with it. Now you got a little rundown action. Got to throw it back. Is it too late? Yes, it was. They had a chance to get Pele Pionall, but the throw down to third was a little late, and now they are loaded. Good job by Gio to stop this thing, Kyle.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, stops it and then makes a strong throw right there. Not an easy one for Okamuro to handle, but now that's well done by the base runner Pionall, because he's waiting, just shifting his weight back towards third base, and then right at the last minute dives and gets that right hand in. So off the bat, you're thinking, okay, at least an out right here, especially when Gio Castang fields it cleanly at first. Instead, now bases loaded, 1 out for Hawaii.
And the number 9 hitter, Tyler Shindo. Interesting, the outfield is fairly deep for Shindo. The infield is in on the grass, so there is a ton of room just over the
stop is in. And gets a beneficial bounce right here. I think he's thinking about going home. Instead, that ball kind of climbs up on his body. Great presence of mind by the second baseman, Max Coma. Momentum taking him towards second base. Watch this. Hit hard. Max moving towards second base anyway on that one. Takes it in stride and at least gets 1 out right there, but Hawaii adds a run.
They do add a run. Really good jump from Pionall there at third base. Watching that ball hit pretty hard. I don't think Fontana fielded it cleanly It looked like he was thinking about coming home. He was going to be able to get high and all. As you mentioned, these bases are just 60 feet apart. You got a little guy that can run really quickly. That's a tough play. So Hawaii answers the 2 runs California put up with 2 of their own. Look, a bunt attempt, and that was an attempt, and now the runner goes down to second base. So what we just saw a few minutes ago, we see again as Soares hits second. Or Shindo, I should say, hits second.
Go, Gio. Go right after him. Go right after me. Be ready, Will.
Ball. 85 pitch is your limit. 73 have been thrown by Aiden Jones.
Come on now, Jonesy. Dig down, kid. Stay loose there. Let's go, Petaluma. One play.
Ball.
Let's go.
Close, you like that approach. Begoya trying to take it the other way. He's reached base. Each of his first 2 at-bats has now come to the plate. Each of the first 3 innings. Walked in the first, fielder's choice in the second.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Zach, number 19, the second baseman, who reports he has 2 sets of stitches on his head over the course of his young life. That's inside 1 from a dining room table, and the second from a fire hydrant. So he has banged into a few things, probably a little harder than he wanted to.
Spreading the love around right there. We got 1 inside, 1 outside. Hustle marks, that's all they are.
3-2, and he slices this one into left field. It's going to get down, rounding and coming hard. And scoring is Shindo. And how about Zach Begoya? He plates 2 with that single to left.
Stays right on the stitches here. Head right on it. Drives that fastball out to left field. Outfield playing deep enough, so this ball falls in front of the left fielder, and Tyler Shindo was going to score the entire time. 2 runs scored right there for Hawaii. So 4 in the first, now 4 in the third for Honolulu.
Let's go, Petaluma. Let's go.
Ball 1 to Eli Iopa. He has twice hit in the fielder's choices.
Let's go, 2 center. Come on now, Joe Dang.
Ball. 3-0. Lost in this has been the work of the 2 guys that started the game on the bench. Soares and Nakama both got the job done in their respective first plate appearances.
Nakama single, stole a base. Soares hit 1 hard. Led to the bases being loaded that inning. 14 players on this Honolulu roster. 12 for the kids from Petaluma National.
That's That's a good one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. You saw a little nod from Eli when that one crossed the plate. Like, yep, that's going to be called a strike. So I'm going to be in a 3-2 sitch.
That's what he was saying, huh? You could tell.
Yep.
That's exactly what he was saying.
What I'm made for. Well, he's got 83 of those 85 and a 3-2 count with 2 down. And this will be the last man that Aiden Jones able to face. And again, the loser of this game will play tomorrow. So now the question becomes what happens with regards to your pitching. You're down by 5. And if we don't come back and win, we've got to win tomorrow if we want to go to Williamsport. Castang has been their best pitcher. That's outside. That's ball 4. That's going to be it for Aiden Jones on the mound with pitch number 85.
Yes, it is. 85.
Like 110. Great job, dude. Hey, why don't you go to first? Gio, go to second. Max, go to center. All right, have fun, bud. Hey, there's 2 outs. All right, let's go.
Manager gives the ball to his son. We'll see Dante Sarno on the mound, trying to make sure it gets no worse than a 5-run deficit.
Punching tickets to Williamsport all day long here on ESPN. New England region. From Connecticut, that's Jacob Boudars with the long homer to center field. So Connecticut was down 3-2. That puts them on top, 4-2, bottom of 6. Connecticut on top. They get the ground ball to end the game. They are headed to Williamsport for the very first time. Carl and Kyle.
Thanks, Kelsey. Congratulations, Manchester, Connecticut, playing in Bristol, Connecticut, about 35 minutes away from their hometown of Manchester. Congratulations to the other teams that are going to Williamsport. Nolensville, Tennessee. We mentioned Palm City, Florida. Abilene, Texas, Texas Southwest, and Lafayette, Louisiana. They have championships to be decided this weekend for each region, but you finished either first or second, and you are heading to Pennsylvania and Williamsport, home at Little League World Series. So 2 down. First pitch is in the dirt. That one gets by. And heading to second and third now are the runners Pagoyo and Iopa. We've seen 1 home run today. That came off the bat of Gio Castang, the number 3 hitter. And this will not be a home run. It's on the ground. Fielded, knocked down, fired, caught. Wow. A lot of action there. Gio Castang, the home run hitter, able to knock it down. And then a fastball to Aiden Jones. Midway through this one, it's a 5-run Hawaii lead. Welcome back, everybody. It's Hawaii 8 and Petaluma, California 3. We're in the middle of a challenge. You didn't miss much while you were away. This play by Castang, who fired to first. Was it in time? The call was out. It certainly appears to be from the far angle.
He is out.
Kyle's already confirmed it. We are waiting for the official word.
Again,
Keanu there.
Yep.
I got him out.
Still
I
out.
agree with you. I know this. I would want to check the fingers of Aiden Jones as Gio Castang, who's a pitcher for Petaluma, threw a 4-seamer at about 100 from about 12 feet away. So I want to check the deal. You wonder if he was his favorite player as a Cub or because he's a Giant, he's now hopped into that role.
He is now.
Sure is. All right, so new pitcher on the mound for Hawaii. The man who just was called out at first base, Ryan Keanu. And a very good job by Micah Bennett.
Last time, Cal.
We'll get to the rest of the substitutions for Hawaii. Off-speed pitch, strike 2 to Kai Okamura.
Let's go. Let's go, Cal.
Ball.
Good job, Cal. Way to track it, bud. Let's go. Put together, get it back. Let's go, Cal. See it, kid. Let's go, Cal. Let's go, kid. There you go, Cal.
Up the middle, and oh, just over the glove of the second baseman, Bagoyo. And Kai Okamura leads off the fourth with a single.
That's well done right there because Ryan Keanu's running it up there. It's a good two-seam fastball. What's the run to? In on the hands, and Okamura does a great job of pulling those hands in. Gets enough of the barrel to it, shoots it out to right field. He's now 2 for 2, double in the second. Now leadoff single here in the fourth.
Hey, like Petaluma, baby.
Gavin Perry had a hit his first time up. But this looks like Will Hale, who is hitting for Gavin Perry. And in fact, it is Will Hale. Terrific athlete on this team. Very, very fast. He also plays soccer. Swings good at that one, but it's out of play.
That's right, Will. Go, Hale. Play, kid. We believe. Let's go, Will. Let's go, Will. Come on, baby.
Oh, good pitch. How about that location from Ryan Keanu?
Pretty simple move to home plate right here by Ryan Keanu. Shortens that arm swing up, just kind of gets the baseball back behind him, then takes everything back towards home plate. First out for Keanu's a strikeout here in the fourth.
Jack Hogia will bat for Declan Romo. Good pitch from Keanu on the corner, strike number 1. Winner to Williamsport and into the championship game on Saturday. Loser goes tomorrow with a chance to advance to Williamsport by winning on Saturday. Oh, and 2 to Jack Hogia. Ryan Keanu.
Got one of those too, huh? Fastball heavy against Will Hale. Now this time gets in a 2-strike count, drops a little breaking ball in there. Watch this, get over the top of it. Outside part of the plate, back-to-back strikeouts, gets Will Hale looking. And now Jack Hogia swinging.
Keanu is a 12-year-old, 5'9", 160 on the mound, and he is just dotting that strike zone. The Iolani school is an 8th grader now. Back-to-back strikeouts. That's outside as he throws one to Xander Cunningham. Big-time improvement. Nicest kid on the team, they say about Xander.
Rocky, kid, let's go.
Rav, I think he's thrown just 1 ball this inning.
Yep.
Everything else has been strikes. Keanu just not wasting any time. Starts in that stretch position, gets it, and he's ready to go.
Got him chasing, but that one gets by the catcher and quickly down to first base. Good hustle. Xander Cunningham aware. And you got 2 men aboard now. And we're back to the top of the order.
All right, so the break a ball down, the dirt gets away. 2 outs, obviously you've got to complete it, but I want to get Kirkjian talking about this when we're in Williamsport.
Yeah.
Drop 3rd strike. You like the rule? I don't think it makes any sense. You swing and miss, you swing and miss. Well, I don't know why it matters after that. I mean, I understand it's a rule. Now, plunked right here, and we're going to load him up. So 3 strikeouts in the inning, but Petaluma Nationals figured out a way to load him up here with 2 outs.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules I don't like. I don't particularly mind that one. It's almost like making sure that the football that you catch, you've got to bring to the ground with you and then get up and don't let it come out of your hand. Like, you got to complete the strikeout. I think I don't mind that one as much as I mind other ones. Like last night, we had that case where ground ball to Seager at short to Turner, who's playing second. He had a half hour to throw to first, and he airmailed it. No error on the play. No error because you don't assume the double play. Later in the game,
right.
Ground ball to first. Tough play by Alec Boehm. Ruled it an error. The easier play by far was the second baseman throwing the baseball to first, but he threw it high, which was an error. But they don't, call it an error. That's outside, and it's a big spot now for Dante Sarno, the number 2-hole hitter, with the bases loaded.
Let's go, Petaluma.
1 ball, 1 strike. Checking that. That's a good
spot.
pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It sure is.
I think it's hard for a hitter to see, too, because Keanu going to home plate kind of hides that baseball, takes it right back behind him, and then zip, it's right on you at home plate.
Not afraid to hide his emotions either. You get those glasses on, you don't know where or what Keanu is thinking. Big pitch in the
Step on
dirt.
the dish.
And he does. Smart play, and they avoid having Gio Castain come up with anybody on base. Cool customer Keanu. They leave him loaded. Bottom 4 coming up full. Micah Bennett, Pele Pionol. 6 for 6, 3 extra base hits, and they have scored 5 of the 9 runs so far.
Boys are swinging it right in the middle of this lineup, and this ball is covered now. That's hit well out to center field. You'll see a lot of triples in Little League Baseball. Fence is 225 all the way around. That one just before. The next one was a triple to left center, so a leadoff double for Bennett. He scores on the triple by Pional. Single, double, and a triple so far for Pele.
Called strike to Murray, who didn't think so. Instead, Cade Nakama bats for the second time. The 4, 5, 6 hitters for Honolulu. Bennett, Pional, they're 3 for 3 each. And this position, Murray had a single, and then Nakama bats, he singles. We could have a little 9 for 9 spot from these 3 places in the batting order. Good take, 3 balls and a strike is Dante Sarno. Start to look ahead to tomorrow and Northern California. Does have Gio Castain, their best pitcher, available. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
It seems like both of these teams kind of took the same approach here, to where maybe not throwing your ace, but then if you get the lead, then ultimately you bring him in and try to finish it off and get the win. Because whether you win today or win tomorrow, either one, you still end up in the same place. But Hawaii in a really good spot right now.
Jam shot here, it's fielded, and they look the runner back. Good job by Gio Castain. So the 6th position in the order retired for the first time as Nakama grounds out.
The batter, number 24, Colin Sardina.
Woo! Little Ephus.
Like that one. Maybe we'll throw that one again.
You see the other week, Brock Holt hit the mound. He was throwing pitches at 80. and then he dropped a 38 on
Yes, I saw that.
a moon ball. That one is into left field. First hit for Cohen Sardina, 10th run for Hawaii. They lead by 7 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Drawn in infield right there. Petaluma having to take a chance. Down 6 runs, so they bring the infield in, and good job by Cohen Sardina. Lets that breaking ball get deep, drives it to left field, hit hard on the ground with that infield in. You got a lot better chance of that ball getting through. It does right there, and Hawaii's added 2 more here in the 4th.
Batting for the second time, number 42, Zane Soares. Hit the ball hard his first time up. Looks at one outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Southern California waits for the loser of this one tomorrow. We'll be back on again at 3 o'clock Eastern time, noon in San Bernardino. Slow breaking pitch. You could see the reaction from Dante. He wanted that called strike, didn't get it. We go 2-1. This guy's been a tough out. Tyler Shindo. You go Shindo and Bagoyo. The strike zone is not big, and they make contact.
And they're patient.
Yeah.
They make it throw strikes, so they're not going out of the zone. They're making sure that it's within the zone when they go after it.
They kind of go with that number 9 hitter who's quasi leadoff guy, you know?
Pretty good way to turn a lineup over. Get a guy like this down at the bottom of it. Where'd you hit in the
5
lineup,
feet.
Rav? Take me back to your Little League days. Where was Ravitch in the lineup?
That one gets past the second baseman and all the way to the wall. Sardina's gonna score. Uyatake's following him. To third base is Tyler Shindo. And all of a sudden, Hawaii is within 1 run of having this game end with the 10-run rule.
Tyler Shindo's had some good at-bats. His second hit of the day, and second baseman playing, I mean, not really in, but not all the way back right there. Ball hit hard past him, and then the outfielders just can't quite get there. All the way around from first base. Soares comes around to score, and now Honolulu's 1 swing away from winning this one.
His Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile. Kyle Peterson, Carl Ravitch alongside. Wall-to-wall Little League baseball and softball here on the ESPN family of networks. And Honolulu trying to advance to Williamsport. The game-winning run is at third base. Zach Bagoyo bats. To answer your question, I was more of a top-of-the-order guy, not really because I could hit, but I managed to get on base, and I would be the guy that would just run around the bases.
Okay.
Attempts to bunt at it, gets away from the catcher, but not far enough. Yeah, so not a lot of pop. Better fielder than I was a hitter for sure.
More of a game control guy. You were just a guy that could control the pace of the game, and I see that.
Yeah, not really. I was the guy that would take the silly lead off third base, and when the catcher would lob it back, I'd try to come home, and was out way more often than safe. The team didn't like that. The parents were like, what are you doing?
Ravitch did it again.
Yeah, why? We have other players. Why are you doing that? Just let the game come to you. Yep.
All right, Dante.
1-2 on the ground, fielded cleanly to first. Good throw, and that's a big out. Keep this game alive with the winning run at third base, fielded cleanly by Declan Romo, who threw over to Aiden Jones. They were 2 down.
Well done right there. Dante Sarda needed hard ground ball right at somebody. Fly ball not deep enough to score that run. So now 2 outs, and Bagoyu, if he scores from third base, would end it for Hawaii.
Eli Iopa bats, and the head 1-0. 2 balls and a strike. That's just foul. Two balls and a strike to Iopa. Hit this one hard. Shortstop makes the play. He caught it in the air. We're going to go to the 5th. Dominic Fontana able to keep the game alive. 9-run advantage for Hawaii. 12-3 they lead.
Like it.
Yeah, a lot of Ravage. Looking forward to seeing that game at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Back here, Gio Castang already blasted off once. Not thrilled with the not thrilled with the call.
Didn't appear to agree with that one.
Nope. That's about, though, where the home run pitch that he hit was delivered. He chases that. Just stays alive.
Watch that bare hand.
That's the greatest. You got people just yelling, "Shake it off, let's go catch," when he just took a foul ball off a bare hand.
I mean, that's when you want to just turn around and yell up into the stands. I just got hit with a foul tip in the knuckle.
Yep.
You shake it off. This is what happens when he gets it. Well, he didn't even get all of that one either. Elevated breaking ball and got under it a little bit, but enough to drive it out to 225. That made it a 4-3 game at that point. Petaluma was back in it, but then it's been the Hawaii offense that's taken over since then.
Taking our time. This is an important player on this team. And all right, we're going to pat him on the helmet. He's going to hang around. And we will carry on with Gio Castang. How about those numbers so far? 4 for 6, 3 dongs, 6 RBI, 4 runs. And all he did was throw 4 innings in the first game in an 11-0 win with 8 Ks and 2 hits. I'm not sure we're ready to resume action here. A little more pain than we thought, so we may have to take Chasen out of this game.
It's hard to remember when you're growing up, but if you can bury that bare hand back behind your body when you're catching, a lot of times you see guys put it behind their glove when there's a base runner on, so it's a little bit quicker to make the transition, and then back behind your body when there's nobody on base, because those foul tips ultimately will find you, and when they do not feel good.
Yeah, and in fact, it's Cohen Sardina who was behind the plate replacing Uitaki, so it's Sardina who's out. Goodlettsville, Tennessee was there. And of course, he had that great line, which I use often when we were speaking to groups about Little League and the value of it. He said, this is the last time, Rav, that they're playing for the name on the front of their jersey instead of the name on their back. And that was a pretty telling comment. All right, so 0-2 to Castang. And he goes to center field. It's fairly deep, right at the wall, and it is caught out there by Pionol. He gave that one a ride, and it was caught in center field. And check that, that's Micah Bennett who's moved to center field as the defensive shifts continue.
As we remember once again that you do not score a Little League game in Penn.
No.
More defensive changes than you will see just about anywhere else. Castaigne just missed his 4th home run of this regional. Long fly ball out for the first out here in the 5th.
Ball. Aiden Jones bats. Ryan Keanu's done a really good job in relief. And again, Hawaii wins this. They know they're going to Williamsport. They will play for a West Championship on Saturday. On the ground, fielded at second base and to first for the out. 2 men down.
The batter, number 68, Matt Thomas.
Hey, Jonathan. Base runner.
On defense, Andrew. And I'll make that change.
Strike one, Max Kama.
Oliver, were you in on defense last inning?
How about Keanu on the mound, KP? Just sort of the idea, like he's getting it and he's throwing it. And you wouldn't know what time of day it was, where he was, what he was doing. Nothing changes.
Well, the facial expression hasn't changed since he went in there. I like how, I mean, whether it comes to facial expression or what he's doing towards home plate, just simplifies the whole thing. Just get it, grab it, throw it, and the outcome's been real good. A 1-2-3 inning after striking out 4 in his first inning. 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. Hawaii, 1 in the 5th, would win it and send them on to Williamsport.
Teams from around the world making their trip to Williamsport. Not this year, just United States teams. 1 run for Hawaii will win it here in the bottom of the 5th. It's Ryan Keanu, and then the guys that they haven't got out. Micah Bennett and Pele Pionol. Towards right field, going back and still going back and making the play. Good job by Oliver Peterson. And there's one down. Kelsey Riggs has an update from our studio.
Yeah, Carl, just wanted to give you an update. The game right now, Great Lakes region, Illinois, Michigan. That game has started. It is on ESPN2 right now. We will get you to that game here on ESPN after the conclusion of California and Hawaii. Ravi?
All right, Kels, thanks very much. Here's Micah Bennett and Pele Pionol on deck. That one almost got him on the foot, but he will stay in there. He's got a single, and a double. And his partner behind him, a single, a double, and a triple. We're a homer away from a, well, you know, a cycle.
One of those.
Pretty impressive approach we've seen from the Hawaii kids at the plate. They've been patient. They don't necessarily swing for the fences, just make contact, get some base runners. 2 balls and a strike. That formula works.
Yeah, I guess it does. 4 runs in the first, 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth. It usually plays pretty well.
Dante Sarno just pounding the inside corner. Three balls and a strike. Bennett tries to go 4 for 4. Oh, look out. Not going to be an easy one to hit. He's aboard. You can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the official handles @Little League. Follow the action, join the conversation with hashtag LLWS. We're checking the number of pitches, official count versus what's on the scoreboard. And there's a good chance we're going to see Sarno out, which will, I think, allow him to pitch again.
So we're going to have you,
in a championship game if they get there.
Oliver go out. Max is going to shift to right. You're going to go center, and Xander's going to come in and pitch. Okay? All right, good job. Max, go to right.
Wait, Xander's pitching?
Yeah.
Got all those, Ref?
I know this. Max is moving to right, and Dante's going to center.
I think Xander's coming in to pitch.
He is, in fact, doing that. We got those three. We're ironed out. We're going to get some warm-ups, and we'll see Pele Payinal when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. So we talk about getting to Williamsport. What happens if you win at Williamsport, like win the whole thing? Well, a team from Louisiana gets a chance to go to the White House, a little Mardi Gras parade. And, yeah, here in New Orleans, you got to visit the governor, to see a Saints practice. We'll do that. Little League World Series U.S. and World Champions. That was the team that had Reese Roussel on it. Remember, you couldn't get him out. Set a Little League World Series record, I believe, for the most number of hits in a World Series. It's crazy what he was doing. Xander Cunningham ready to fire in his first pitch. Called strike number one. Payinal single, double, triple. Have a day. You know, he had put that front foot down long before the pitch, I think, was even thrown. Look out.
Oh, I know the feeling, buddy. I know it well. I took that right out of the catcher's glove. Waited for as long as he possibly could, waiting to see if it was a strike close enough there they'd had to protect.
Watch that front right foot. He starts it early, puts it down, and then just waits for the pitch from Xander Cunningham. It's down, he waits. He hits it on the ground, and that is off the glove of the second baseman. Moving up to second base is Micah Bennett. Pele Payinal, I assume that's a hit. He is 4 for 4 today with 2 singles, a double, and a triple.
Well, this'll work, kid. Breaking ball gets that helpful hop right there off of the edge of the grass, right off the collar of the grass. It shot just out into center field, so one out walk, now a single by Payinal, and again, one Hawaii run right here would end it here in the 5th inning.
Give it up. Thank you. I'm right here. So we will likely tomorrow see Gio Castang, who has moved behind the plate in the game that you got to win to get to Williamsport. It's not the championship game. Remember, 2 teams from each region going to Williamsport this year. And Cade Nakama will bat for the 3rd time. Chance to win it with Bennett at second base, the winning run. 10 runs after 4, and the game ends. Hits this one, and it is caught by the third baseman. Ball dropped, and safe at third base. Boy, the third baseman had it, made the smart play, runner right in front of him. All he had to do was step on the bag, but the ball, I don't think he knows it came out of his glove. And Will Hale is being told he dropped the ball. He didn't know that the ball came out of his glove.
Well, you could see at the last minute, ball hit right to Will Hale, and if you're going to tag this base runner right here, and he kind of sees him out of the corners of his eye, that's where you got to have that right hand holding the baseball. So right hand holding the baseball in your glove just to make sure that it's secured enough. Bennett runs right through it. Ball pops out. Now bases loaded for Hawaii here and just 1 out.
Patrick Murray, chance to win it. Pass ball will also likely do that. Micah Bennett down there at third base, the winning run. The infield is in, try to keep this game going. Strike number 1. Murray batted in the first, had a big single. It plated 2 runs. Ball.
Bet you got Gio behind the dish now. I mean, he went out and framed that one up perfect.
Yep.
Breaking ball, stuck it, tried to hold it there and get the call. Didn't it even to 1-1, but he did his job.
Next one to Murray. That's high. 2 balls and a strike. Honolulu, Hawaii. One more run will assure them a trip from San Bernardino to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and become part of the 16-team field that is the 2021 Little League Baseball World Series. Ball. And now a ball away for Xander Cunningham. Hit right back up the middle. That's going to do it. Murray drives in the game-winning run, and Honolulu, Hawaii has punched their ticket to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and the Little League World Series. They'll beat Petaluma 13-3, set up a Southern Cal, Northern Cal showdown tomorrow at 3 Eastern Time.
Well done, boys. Might be a loud night in the Honolulu dorm tonight. Tomorrow off, they'll come back and play in a final on ABC on Saturday, but they already know they are headed to the Little League World Series after a win today, and that offense really showed up.
It sure did. And Micah Bennett, Pele Payinal, 7 hits between them. Patrick Murray, a single, 2 RBIs, and he ends up with that single that won the game. Matt Bartley's our producer. We'll try again tomorrow, and we expect him to do better. Kyle Peterson, outstanding. I'm Carl Ravitch for our entire crew. Thanks so much for watching us once again. Honolulu, Hawaii, off to Williamsport. Our Great Lakes region continues. Mid-Atlantic at 7. Clay Matvick, Chris Burke, all yours.